Good evening, everybody. We're going to do a milking video. Tonight, we have Farah up here, and she is going to be our little model for a milking video today. So, let's get started. So, obviously, the first thing I have is, she's got a good bucket full of grain that they absolutely love. And we're actually in a new spot. We just moved the milking stand to under a porch that we've got, so I can milk out of the weather if we have weather. So let's do some milking, and I'll show you how we do it. Alright, so the first thing we always want to do is we want to get a clean surface. Now, these girls are really full. I milked them later than I normally do, so we are very full, as you can see. She's going to easily give me a whole gallon of milk. So the first thing we want to do is clean our working surface. And this is just a teacup, and it is filled with water and regular Dawn dish soap. And then you're going to want to take a clean cloth. Oh, looks like you cut yourself, Mama. We'll put some stuff on that here in a bit, after you're milked out. So we do a good clean scrub in between, all the way around. We don't want anything getting into our milk if we don't have to. So then the next thing we do is a few test squirts. So basically I just milk her into a bucket, into this little bucket, little pan, whatever you want to call it, bowl. And I give just a good few to be able to see and make sure the milk is looking good, looking clear. No clumps, no lumps, no nothing. And her milk looks great. And the cool thing is I don't have to go dump it anywhere. My dogs drink it. And then I use a machine. Sorry guys, my camera fell. Okay, so I use a machine to milk. I don't hand milk all of these guys. I can, but I just choose not to. So for Farah and Cheryl, I have to use cow teat cups because their teats are much bigger than, say, my Nigerians or my mini togs. So we just turn it on the machine. And her teats barely fit in this thing. And this machine is a pulsating machine. And that is really important when you're milking goats, because their babies have a natural sucking mechanism, and it's not a constant suck. Nobody has a constant suck. Come a little closer now that I can use both hands. So you can see we've got milk flowing through the tubes already, and she is so full. And here's the cut I discovered. Looks like she scraped herself on something. So we'll just clean that up after she's done being milked. We'll clean that up and put some udder balm on her, and she'll be just fine. But you can see this teat does not have much play to it. She is so full. Usually I milk in the mornings, but today was my day off, so I decided to clean chicken coops and do that kind of stuff earlier in the day. So I'll have to show you guys the clean chicken coop and that it's looking much better. So Farah also has something that she gets all the time. She has a skin tag. So just like some people get big skin tags, Farah has one. It doesn't bother her, but occasionally, and when she scratches and rubs, she makes it bleed. So I clean it and just keep it clean because she scratches it open all the time. So it's right here. So she has scratched it open again. When they rub against the fence or whatnot, she has that. So we'll clean it out today and get some medicine on that as well. So I have actually already milked 4 goats. I decided not to do all 4 because you guys didn't need to see all 4 get milked and all 4 go through the same steps. So I thought I'd show you on these girls, on a couple of them. So my 4 Nigerian / mini togs already gave me a full entire container. That container holds 2 or 3 liters, I believe. And then this one holds 2 liters. Yeah, okay. They're all a little jumpy. They are in a very new spot. This is very new to them, so if they seem a little off, I apologize. You're okay. And sometimes I know they get heavy, so I just kind of support it on her, and I try not to let her be uncomfortable. Any of them. I don't like it. And I had somebody a couple of years ago in one of my milking videos get on me for letting them stand on this Diamond Crate goat station and said that I needed to give them padding since they're giving me their milk. Goats don't need padding. I mean, goats in general are mountainous. They climb, they do different things. They have very hard hooves. They don't need padding. This is actually really, none of them complain. None of them act like they're uncomfortable. None of them act like they're in pain. Nothing. So I don't provide anything on this. They do just fine. So you can see we're finally getting a difference. We're pliable. She probably feels so much better. So I will also tell you, you can kind of see it. She has what's called a weepy udder. Let's see if I can get it to do it again. You'll see when I finish hand milking her out. So what that means is dairy goats in general, especially the more milk they make, the more porous they can be. So basically she will seep milk out the sides of her udder, right in here, instead of just out at the teat. I know, Mama, you're almost done. I'm sure that little cut hurts. You're okay. You're okay. And another reason why we want to empty her out, so we can get that cut treated and so she's not uncomfortable anymore. But I need to get the milk out of her so she doesn't get mastitis again. We actually just finished a round. Okay, we're gonna plug this side up because that side is done. We'll go ahead and release it from her teat. There you go, Mama. That should help. And she is almost done on this side too, you can see. So what I'll do now is I'll sit you guys back down and I'm going to finish hand expressing the rest of the milk out of her udder and into the machine. And then we'll get her cleaned up and doctored up and sent on her way. So let's get her cleaned up a bit here. So you can see her udder is just flabby now. Completely empty. She easily gave me a gallon. Get some udder balm for her. So I actually keep all my milking stuff in a tote. And anything that I may come across that I need for these guys while I'm milking. Clean towels, treats, a lead, a light, and powder balm. Okay, let's see here. Alright, so I'm just going to take some of my soap water here and my towel and just dip the towel in the water, and we're just going to clean her up here. Okay. Got it, yeah. There we go, Mama. Then we're just gonna do the same thing on our skin tag. Just gonna wipe it up. I know, I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. We'll put something on it, okay? You're alright. You're alright. Okay. There we go. A little soap water. That. And then this is what I love. I love Udder Balm and Bag Balm are both very good. Just coat that, keep that on there. Okay, and I'll take just a little bit more and we'll just rub it in. So when she had mastitis recently, I was able to catch it pretty early. And all I did for our sweet girl here is obviously she got milked out once to twice a day, depending on what she needed and how she was doing. And then I just did the penicillin method. So she got a penicillin injection once a day for 5 days. And then I massaged the heck out of her teats with Udder Balm. And within 3 days, she was running clear with no signs of it, but I continued to toss her milk for a week. And then I was allowed to give it to the babies at least. Sorry, my dogs are getting worked up about somebody on the ditch bank. So she's all done. She's ready to get down. So let me take her and go get Cheryl. Alright, we've got Cheryl up here, and I just dipped her, and now I'm just wiping her down, same as we did with Farah. Where's my bowl? There we are. And this is just one of those like rubber little giant type bowls you find at the feed stores. It's not sponsored or anything, it's just what's there and what I use. So again, 3 to 4 squirts out each side. Check our milk. No lumps, no clumps, no blood. Looks great. Dogs will clean it up. So then all we do is grab the teacups and hook her up and off we go. And she has a little bit of a weepy udder as well, but not as bad as Farah. Farah makes a lot more milk than she does. in here. You can just see the milk's a-flowing, looking really good. Get some light here. There we go. And all of these have been getting rid of their undercoat, and this weekend I'll probably try to do an extra video on it, but this weekend these guys are getting shaved down and get their summer coats ready. Hopefully they all fit in this thing, otherwise I'm gonna have to dump and then go finish milking her out. Gapparoonie, handsome, and my handsome boy. Our handsome boy is definitely getting older, aren't ya? He's really struggling with his hip dysplasia. It's getting pretty bad. We're just trying to keep him as comfortable as we can. But he's doing good. Squirt's still doing okay. We're still only 1 to 2 pain pills a day, so we're letting him still chug along. I don't remember. I think I updated you guys that we found out that Squirt has bone cancer. No, something set him off. Sammy, that's enough. Something set him off. And we doing, oh good, we're almost done, Mama. Alright, she is ready for me to hand milk her. I hope you guys could see that. If you can't, I'll fast forward, but let's get her cleaned up. So again, we dip, we wipe afterwards. And what I'm going to do to her that I did not do to Farah because I was putting the udder balm on Farah, I use here what is called Fight Back. So this is just a spray we put on the udders, and it helps seal the udders, so that way, the udder and the teats, let's try that, so that way they don't pick up bacteria. And it's cold, so they kind of jump a little. It is not their favorite. All right, Mama, you all done? Was that some good grain? Yeah. All right, let's go put her back, and then we will clean up, and I'll show you how we put things away. Let me get you some cookies. Hold on. Their favorite treat, animal crackers. There we go. Like I said, we have a new setup, so they're a little... Come on, Mama. There we go. My goats basically put themselves away. Here, you want your cookie? Yeah. Okay, let's go. So we have just a little walk to their stall. Go through the grass, and you know, we hold on to them because we have to walk right past the haystack, and well, they all like to stop at the all-you-can-eat buffet. Come on. Look, the girls are all calling for you. Come on. We're losing light, y'all. Good thing we're about to go inside. Nope, nope. Come here. Everybody comes to say hi. Okay, come on, Cheryl. There you go, pretty girl. Hi, stop, stop. Stop biting my fingers. I don't have treats. There we go. Girls all locked in. You say hi, everybody. Hi, Lavender. Hi, Lil. Hi, Missy. Cheryl. Lilac. Farrah. All right, let's go get cleaned up. I'll meet you guys back inside. Okay, so, and yes, this is a lived-in kitchen. I don't have a kitchen separate for milking, so yes, there's dishes in the sink because the dishwasher's full. So, next thing we're gonna do is we need a funnel. This is a fine mesh strainer, and Amazon, y'all. I love Amazon. I will figure out how to link this stuff on. And then I just kind of do a double filter just to make sure the big chunks get caught and then all the little stuff. So this is just a fine mesh reusable coffee filter. And I just stick it inside here. And I use half-gallon jars. Yeah, we have a lot of milk. In the sink it goes. And then we filter. Now what I usually do is I actually try to put milk in the fridge, or not milk, I'm sorry, the jars in the fridge prior to me milking, because one of the key things with goat's milk is you want to get it cooled off as quickly as you can. That helps in not having the goaty taste, the goaty flavor that can develop as the goat milk stays warmer longer. But every single one of my jars was full, so I had to wash. I put everything into plastic jugs because I'm getting about 2 or more gallons a day right now with everybody. But I have bottle babies, so they consume more than my husband and I do, of course. All right, 1 1/4 out of this one. Yep, I usually always make a mess on the bigger one, always. Oops, overfilled that one. Tell the cream is getting into that fine mesh strainer. tomorrow when I milk, so I did skip a day of milking. I am one of the few. I do skip milking, not every week, but I usually give them one day without being milked just to kind of slow them down, slow their production down a little bit, and then we just keep going. It doesn't do much except for give me a big yield one day and a small yield the next day, and that's okay. It really is okay with me. Some people are gonna frown upon that, but I've never had any issues. I've never had anybody get sick because of it, get mastitis because of it, none of it. So I did not milk yesterday, which is why we got almost 2.5 gallons. So what's left is lots of foam. And then, let's get on in here. I use the white reusable lids on all of my milk, so it's easy to label, easy to have the dates and everything on it. Alright, so there we are. Let me rinse off the sides that I make a mess on. Ones that I made a mess on. Okay, so okay, so the last thing I'll do, and I'll do that here in a minute, I need to empty the dishwasher. I completely rinse and wash the teacups. I wash, rinse, and sanitize, which we can do right here. The first thing I do is run cold water. One of these days when I'm milking, I will show you how I test for mastitis. My girls actually get tested weekly to make sure that there's no signs of mastitis. And I do the dish soap method. And so simple, so simple. And by doing that, that is how I have caught my last couple that ended up with mastitis. That is how I caught it so early, is because I do a weekly check. Usually every Sunday. Saturday or Sunday are usually the days I have more time to do that, so I will. Again, you use what you want. I use this power wash. Each teacup gets a spray. I turn this on over to hot water. And I legit put just enough to start moving the suds down. And once I see soap towards the bottom, I let it stop running. And I let the soap water sit for a few. Not long, but for a few, because the Dawn Power Wash has alcohol in it, so we don't want to leave it in there very long at all. So these are a smaller set. This is what I use on like my Nigerians and mini togs, because they have much smaller teats than the older Hosleys do. So we do the same thing. Turn over to hot. Spray. water to move the soap down towards the bottom. You're right. And we let it sit. Just a small bottle, basically like a bottle brush, a straw brush, I would say, that has a really long tail on it. Go all the way until it stops at the Y, and pull it on out. And we rinse with the hottest water we can stand. And then we just do a few rinses with hot water, and then we will sanitize it, and I'll show you what I use. And once a week, we completely take the teacups apart to wash underneath here, wash on the inside. They go through the sanitizing wash in the dishwasher. Now, we actually have our hot water heater turned up as high as it will go. We actually can get our water pipes out of here at about 140 degrees. Yeah, it's hot as crap. I know. But we also don't like germs, so everything we do gets washed in the high hot water. And I'm not saying here that we are completely germaphobe, and there's no problem with that. But we're also retired EMTs who like to have things cleaner. So I'm almost out of sanitizer, so we'll make some after this. And then just sanitizing sprays. We let it go all the way to the bottom. And let that sit for a moment while we rinse these ones. Now these ones I could not stick the bottle brush because of the way they are put together. They actually have an angle here, so I can't go through right here, so which is why we take it apart once a week. But we can still grab this end. Rinse. And then same thing. Sanitizer run down. These ones up that are hot as heck. And I just do a quick rinse. You're supposed to be able to leave this on here, but just because this is milk that we drink, I just give it a quick little wash. And don't judge me. I know it's not the safest. what I use. So it is safe to use on all of this. We kind of just guess, which is why I do a rinse. I saw another YouTuber who used this stuff to clean her milking equipment and sanitize. And it has directions for a gallon's worth. I don't make a gallon's worth at a time. I make a spray bottle worth at a time. You can even make up to 5 gallons of it. So I literally just get some in the bottom. And that's it. I do purposely make it weak because I don't, I want to sanitize but not have it destroy plastics or anything like that. But this is safe. It's also food safe. You don't want to, leave it on for long periods of time, which is why I leave it short, just in case. We'll go into that a little bit more later. But that, my friends, is what I do to milk and how I milk. So I will empty the dishwasher. I will clean and rinse everything off. It'll go through a sanitizing rinse, and that'll be it. So if you have any tips or tricks or see anything that could help me, you don't have to be rude about it, but help me in my process, please. I'm really open. We're definitely getting ready for summer babies, y'all. I put somebody in the stall tonight. So we're a few days out, I think. So we'll have more updates, more babies. And then we'll take a look at all the work I did on the chicken coop today a little bit later. So you guys have a good one, and see you on the next one.